Well, the world's favorite high school dropout was arrested. Start over. This is for tomorrow, right? Let's do it. I got it. Well, the world's favorite high school dropout was just arrested a couple days ago in London. The Christmas gift, really, to the world. After seeing that grifter hauled off to jail yet again, what a sad fall from grace. Of course, I use that word grace very, very loosely. There's no real grace for Greta Thunberg. Well, the world's favorite high school dropout was arrested this week in London, a Christmas gift to the world, really seeing that grifter hauled off to jail yet again. What a sad fall from grace. Of course, I use that word grace very, very loosely. There's no real grace for Greta Thunberg to fall from. From fighting a made-up climate crisis to fighting a made-up genocide that never happened, Greta Thunberg really is an inspiration to all sniveling, clueless, spoiled brats throughout the world, mostly liberals. But in all seriousness, I really never understood why this propagandized student of Marxism became an obsession of the leftist ivory tower elite to begin with. But she has, and somehow she still is. And Greta Thunberg has become a bona fide child actress of the World Economic Forum. But the fact that Greta has all but abandoned her fight against climate change only proves that, one, she never really cared about climate change, and number two, there's no real crisis of climate change to speak of. John Kerry was wrong. Al Gore was wrong, and Greta Thunberg was most certainly extremely wrong.
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
No, how dare you, Greta? But it's true. Once upon a time, she probably did care what she thought she knew. Ever since we found out back in June that the Antarctic ice sheet, also known as AIS, has shown signs of record-breaking growth, and ever since more and more climate scientists have come out to debunk years of leftist nonsense, the climate goblins have all but retreated. After all, John Private Jets Kerry once told us that Antarctica was at the core of climate change and the end of the world as we know it.
I was at ground zero for climate change at McMurdo Station. And as I listened to these scientists from all over the world and looked at chart after chart where they traced what has been happening, describing the latest deeply alarming evidence of what is going on, I was genuinely scared. How do you translate this into a language that the average citizen can understand and connect to? I flew by helicopter over the great West Antarctic ice sheet, which now people say is threatened to perhaps break off or slide down.
They've obviously been fear-mongering and lying to us for years, decades even. Like Al Gore saying in 2009, not that long ago, 16 years ago, mind you, that the polar ice caps would be gone in 5 to 7 years.
That there is a 75% chance that the entire North Polar ice cap during some of the summer months could be completely ice-free within the next 5 to 7 years.
Okay. Or that the other time when John Kerry, also in 2009, saying that in 5 years, also 5 years, we're doomed because of melting ice and stuff.
In 5 years, scientists predict we will have the first ice-free Arctic summer. That exposes more ocean to sunlight. Ocean is dark. It consumes more of the heat from the sunlight, which then accelerates the rate of of the melting.
See, when you do this, it makes you sound like you know what you're talking about, but they were all wrong. This is what they do to control us, to break us, to hurt our economies, to steal our money, to control us again. And even though their grift has been uncovered, over the last few weeks, or the next few weeks and months, it will snow and sleet in many parts of the northern hemisphere. Hopefully, a white Christmas for some. Temperatures will go lower and lower. Okay, that's what happens in the winter. They'll even plunge to record lows in some places. They'll cry climate change instead of global warming. They change that. Most of us sane people like to call that winter. I don't know, call us crazy, I guess. Spreading the distortion of facts and claiming them as science wouldn't be the first time, because real scientists, meaning those not purchased by the kings of propaganda, they'll tell you there's actually no such thing as climate change and no climate crisis whatsoever, and that a so-called clean energy economy and their net zero goals are literally impossible to reach. John Kerry and Al Gore are ideological grifters and make their living misleading and bilking ignorant fools like our governments. And if you follow the money, always follow the money, you'll find the skewed data to support climate change. And if you follow the thirst for power and control, you'll find that same stuff there too, because it's about control. The pandemic was an exercise in seeing just how much control they could take and have over us. Lockdowns, mandates. They would love climate change lockdowns, green taxes, carbon taxes. There are men committing suicide in China because they've exceeded their allowed carbon footprint and are boxed out of society. They want that for all of us, too. And the progressives, everything is evidence of climate change. Arson, climate change. Hot day in July, climate change. Cold day in December, climate change. Wendy's gets your order wrong, climate change or racism. There's supposed to be an ice age by now, an ice age. No, wait, there was supposed to be an Arctic summer, right? Nope, no Arctic summer, no melted ice caps, only climate fear-mongering meant to control us. Isn't that right, Greta? Poor Greta. No climate crisis and no genocide. Whatever will Greta do now?
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
No, how dare you have wasted so much of our time. Merry Christmas, Greta. Hope Santa can reach you in whatever jail cell you're sitting in tonight. We'll be back 2.5 minutes.
The radical left knows exactly what they're doing. They want to steal the election. We're going to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Events in Washington have taken a violent and tumultuous turn.
January 6th wasn't just a moment in history. For thousands of Americans, it was the moment their voices were taken.
It's insurrection.
They were persecuted, hunted.
Seditious conspiracy.
But behind prison walls, something unexpected happened. They found their voice again.
Started singing the national anthem.
We took it up to him at Mar-a-Lago. He goes, I'll put my voice on it.
Our supporters made this go platinum.
Real America's Voice is telling the real story of January 6th, like you've never seen it before.
Everybody, this must be peaceful.
This is not the story you were shown.
I take responsibility.
This is the story they lived.
Government entrapment scheme that this actually was.
The J6 Patriots are no longer staying silent. They are speaking. They are standing. And they are telling the truth.
You can't kill us. You can't beat us.
They tried to silence them. Instead, they woke up an entire nation. The Sleeping Giant. Coming soon.